After the release of Joker 2, it's evident that most viewers didn't enjoy it. In the first film, Arthur became a psychologically troubled man due to a dysfunctional family and a traumatic childhood. In a society suffering from social collapse, he became increasingly wounded. His pent-up anger exploded with a spark, and he transformed into the Joker. He was a sick man struggling to exist. To feel alive, he needed the glamorous world of showbiz and the love of people, and when he became the Joker, he felt more alive. In the second film, everyone expected a story about the Joker leading crowds, but the director focused on Arthur's story. Perhaps the hidden message was, the heroes you admire may not be the people you think they are. Spoiler alert for those who haven't watched the movie. Yes, in the sequel, the Arthur we knew who wanted to make people laugh is no longer there. Physically more deteriorated, never smiling, isolated from the outside world, Arthur now drifts between reality and fantasy. However, everything changes when he meets another patient named Lee during a music therapy session. Yes, Arthur falls in love. The sun is now brighter, the abuses he endures are much more bearable, and most importantly, there's someone who loves him for who he is. This is when the musical part of the film begins. In his twisted imagination, Arthur creates colorful fantasies where he dances and sings with Lee on a glittering stage. In the scenes where he imagines himself as part of a show and wears his Joker makeup, he is happy, but when he's not the Joker, he's miserable, he shuts down, doesn't speak, and then he learns he is going to be a father. For the first time, he starts evolving by fearing his own death. In the second half of the movie, we see court scenes. He fires his lawyer, who is trying to save him. Under Lee's wrong guidance, he becomes the Joker again and defends himself in court. Throughout the trial, you expect him to do or say something impactful, but nothing happens, and he makes an ineffective defense. A bombing outside gives him a chance to escape. Two people want to help him because he is the Joker, but he runs away from being the Joker. On a long staircase, he sees Lee and suggests running away to build a life together. But Lee leaves him because she realizes the person she admired was the Joker, and Arthur cannot be the Joker. When he sees Lee leaving, the music stops. Life becomes meaningless again for Arthur. There's nothing worth fighting for anymore, so he surrenders. In the finale, Arthur is lured into an empty corridor with the pretense of having a visitor, where another patient kills him. After stabbing him, the creepy smile that appears on the patient's face is eerily familiar. There are a few details in the film that stand out. Arkham Asylum, as we know from the comics, isn't terrifying. It doesn't go beyond the typical prisoner-guard relationships seen in average psychiatric hospital films. We expected a more chaotic environment. It feels too light for the tone of the movie. The court scenes also feel weak. In the scene where he walks in the rain, although the guards' umbrellas are dull-colored, from Arthur's perspective, they are vibrant. These colors, red, orange, blue, and yellow, are likely a reference to Arthur's iconic palette. This scene might be an homage to the 1964 French musical, The Umbrellas of Cherbourg. Cinematographer Lawrence Sher has done an excellent job. The portrayal of Gotham and Phillips's strong direction once again show us the dirty, oppressive atmosphere of a collapsing Arkham City from the 60s and 70s. The captivating lighting effects and Joaquin Phoenix's performance are outstanding. However, Lady Gaga's performance is not as strong. In the first movie, we watch the rise of the Joker. In this film, we see his downfall. A tragedy within a comedy, or the opposite, a tragedy happening in a world of comedy. The film had enough material to be a great sequel, but the director chose to present his own version of the Joker story. It feels like a Joker tale set in a parallel universe. Still, the message it wants to convey is worth contemplating deeply. They say there won't be another sequel, but the detail about Joker's child at the end is puzzling. Perhaps it won't be Arthur's story, but that of his child. Could Lee raise the Joker she couldn't find in Arthur and her child? Who knows? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching.